You're watching this video because your business lease is coming to an end and you want to explore the different options that are available to you. The first option is, of course, you can just renew your lease, sign into a new lease, and continue with your business. There are a couple of clauses that you have in your contract, and that is the security of tenure, whether that is opted in or opted out. You need to look at whether you're opted into that security of tenure, and if your lease does have the security of tenure, which means that you'll be able to continue on business without renewing your lease. If you've opted out of the security of tenure, then you need to go to your landlord and negotiate a new lease or a renewal of a lease. And that is again up to new terms of the price that you're going to be paying for rent and how long that lease is going to be, along with all of the other considerations of a lease. Even if you're opted into security of tenure, you have to go back to your landlord and you have to enter into a new lease for a period of time. The difference between opting in and opting out of security of tenure is that if you've opted out, then you actually need to go to your landlord prior to the lease coming to an end, and you need to enter into a new lease. Now, let's say you don't want to continue in business and you're looking for your options of what you can do to get out of business. There are two main options that are available to you when you are in this situation that your lease is coming to an end and you don't want to continue in business at all. If you're in the UK and your business lease is coming to an end and you want to discuss the different options that are available to you, especially if you want to sell your business, then click the link in the description and book a confidential call in which we can discuss your lease and your potential business sale. Now, coming back to your lease coming to an end and you wanting to sell your business. So the first option is that you can sell all of the assets of your business and just close your business down. Now, that option is available to you, but it's not recommended because there's so many other things that you can do to have a much more fruitful exit of your business. The second option, which I recommend to most people, is instead of selling your assets and closing your business down, look to sell your business. And you can exit your business in multiple ways. You can sell your business to your employees, or you can go out to market and sell it to a third party, maybe a competitor, an investor, or a private equity company, depending on the size of your company. Now, if you've got more than 4 years left on your lease and you're already thinking about what shall I do when my lease comes to an end, then that's great because you've got plenty of time to actually sell your business to the open market. But if you've got less than 2 years left on your lease, or even if you're in the last year of your lease and you're coming up for renewal, there are two things that you must consider when you are selling your business. The first thing is that your business will become more valuable if it's got a longer lease. So if you've got a longer lease on your premises, your business ultimately is more stable, and therefore any buyer looks at that favorably. So you have to decide, you have to consider, do I enter, meaning do you enter into that new lease and then take the business to market? Therefore, my business is considered a more stable business to any potential buyer. And the other option is that you don't want to enter into a new lease and you want the buyer of that business to enter into that lease instead of you entering into the lease. Now, to bring that level of stability or that level of comfort to any buyer, and therefore potentially increasing the value of your business, you still should approach your landlord and you should tell them your intentions, that you're looking to sell your business, but your business will continue, and any buyer will be looking for a new lease with them. If you can get something in writing from the landlord saying that they are willing to grant a lease to any potential buyer as long as the business continues in its current form, then that will give massive confidence in any buyer when you are looking to sell your business. Even though you as an individual don't want to continue with a lease obligation, your business has that security that it can continue after you sell the business. Now, what should you do if the lease is in your personal name? The first thing you should do is actually move that lease out of your personal name and into the name of the limited company. So the limited company should be the entity which has the lease obligation, and the landlord has a lease directly with the limited company, your limited company that you're going to sell, and vice versa, it's your limited company that's paying the landlord. That way, when you come to sell your business, you don't need to go through the TR1 procedure of transferring the lease into someone else's name. You do the TR1 ahead of time, transferring the name of the business from you into the limited company. And when you're going to sell the company, you just sell the company and that entire lease transfers with the sale of the shares of that business. Many business owners wait till the point that their lease is coming up for renewal before they start thinking about their options and potentially selling their business. But on this channel, we talk about how to sell your business and how to prepare ahead of time. So continue watching videos on this channel, and I'll see you in the next video.